Good evening and welcome to a very special interview show of the Prode. Today it's my pleasure to have a very special guest on our show. This episode is all about her film journey, challenges, and motivation. She is a renowned Bollywood actor, model, and a TED speaker. Shatrupa Pyne, thank you for taking out the time and speaking to us, and a very warm welcome to the Prode.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's begin from the start. Like, at what age you decided to be an actor, and what was your motivation behind that?
So I'll tell you, my journey has been like long back when I started as a model, which I actually didn't have a plan for. So my life was pretty unplanned, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, I was always very inclined towards sports. So been playing volleyball during my childhood years until I completed my school. I represented my state, so there wasn't any connection towards this glamour world at all. As I always have been very outspoken about it. But you know how the journey gets planned for you is the beauty of living a life. So, but having said that, I really had two different fields of work, like volleyball and being a sportswoman. It's always been a very different experience. Uh, and to choose to become a model, it becomes always very different tangent to apply for. But I think everything happened eventually. There was this one day when I was sitting with my mother and was reading newspaper, and then I saw a small ad of a beauty contest happening, and that's how it all began. And once I saw the glitz and glamour of being into the showbiz, I think it just attracted me a bit, and I think that's how it started as a model. And then post that, living in Mumbai has given me this opportunity to audition for different kinds of projects, and it's always hard work and luck, which always makes you achieve whatever you achieve. That's been the journey.
Yeah, that's great. So, how were your initial days like when you started? Like, what was the reaction of your family and friends, and how supportive were your family and friends at that time when you started?
So I won't say that I belong to a very conservative family. It was a pretty liberal ambience around me always. Having started in English medium school to all that I wanted to pursue. But yeah, once you are doing so well in your sports and you're representing almost, I was selected for the Indian team to represent in the women's volleyball team from West Bengal Federation. So doing so well for your sports is always a decision for your parents to to get a nod from them, uh, to try and get into some other fields where you need to, which you don't have an idea about. But I think they knowing me has and they having a trust on me has always played a vital part. And they always believed that whatever I take, I'll do my best. So that's how the trust from the parents has been very was coming towards me, and from the family too, and from friends. I made amazing friends in every fields. I mean, I still remember. I always go back to my Calcutta house to check out all the old memories, pictures of my childhood days during my sports time. I would see some beautiful friends there. I'm still in touch with them, and in modeling field, I think I have made friends for life in the field of modeling and acting. I think that's a reason why we are still keeping it sane out of all this pandemic that's never ending. We have friends. I think that's a reason why we are still alive.
Yeah, that's so great. So, coming to your first movie, Calendar Girls, which was definitely a phenomenal movie, and your performance was equally amazing. So, what was your journey behind being one of the Calendar Girls and playing the lead in that movie?
So I'll tell you, I was pretty unaware of what's going to happen, because I still remember I was in Delhi when I suddenly got a call from the team of the Candy Girls team, especially Mr. Madhu Bhandakar's office, and I flew back to Bombay to just. I understood one thing, that it's something very important. A call coming from directly from the office always makes you believe that's an important call. And I left all my campaigns. I was shooting for a campaign there for Sabyasachi, but I left that, and I came and I met Madhu Bandakar sir, and it was a great experience. I was giving whenever something's good gonna happen, you always feel it, and also if something bad will happen, you have an idea about it. So when I was sitting with him, I could understand with his body language and the kind of questions he was throwing at me. I knew that he is gonna take me if I get through this audition very well. And having said that, I had no experience of auditioning as an actor at that time. I was doing my classes, I was training myself, but to actually fall into a situation which is so vast and that needs your complete expertise, I was not very prepared for it. But then I was actually I got back and I started watching a lot of films, and especially the characters which I was supposed to play had a lot of homework at that time. So as you know, if you have to achieve something, you can't be comfortable. You have to get uncomfortable, and you need to um, get to do this, get to do that at your best. So what I did is I tried practicing those lines ample number of times until unless it was so fluid inside me that even if I'm half asleep, I can say you the lines. I was so much dedicated towards those particular 2-3 paragraphs which was given to me, because for me that was the only thing that was mattering at that time, and I was not believing in any other projects. So I was not thinking of anything else at that time. I was only thinking about those 1-2 paragraphs that was given to me to perform, and I was trying to copy certain body language. Not copy, I was trying to understand if this is the woman I needed to become that person. And God willing, I was kind of that kind of a woman. I mean, it was not a total transformation which I needed to do from the character which was asked from me. So playing that character wasn't very difficult, but yes, memorizing the lines and not getting nervous in front of camera and the director and the person who's going to audition you and who would go ask you to do it a number of times. Yes, I gathered that courage that time, and everything went on well, and then I got selected for it.
Indeed. So, how was your life like when Calendar Girls became super famous, and there was people talking, there were like audience talking about your role being so successful. So, how was your reaction after the popularity of the Calendar Girls? Like the
Yeah.
movie was all around,
So
and there was so much buzz about the movie, and even in the media segment, people were talking about that movie.
yeah, I mean, I'll tell you the kind of attention that movie got at that time. Uh, it is like you are telling somebody that you're a star now. I mean, I felt that. I wasn't, I felt like a star each and every day from the time it began, from the time we were shooting till the time it ended and the time the movie released. I felt that how is this even possible that I'm living this life? Uh, I didn't even pray for it. I mean, everybody has their prayers. Everybody wants to be successful, but to have a dream like that at that time of my career when I just started, I think I could have. It was just coming. Everything was coming very true, and I was very very happy. Um, yeah, I saw a different life. I mean, the kind of treatments we would get during the shooting time, it made me believe that okay, so this is something. This is something I got lucky with, and I would love to take this ahead. If because this journey won't be easy at all, because if there, this is an industry which is cutthroat, but what it gives is beautiful. Trust me. I mean, it's so beautiful. It is so much in abundance that your heart never gets filled. I mean, you just want more. If you do one film, you want more success, but it's not always that you're going to get what you want, but the experience, the post movie experience which I got from the people, and still now the kind of work they give and the kind of caliber they think I'm able to I'll be able to do on in front of the camera. That is what happens when you do your first film well. And the character which I got, the character of Parma Ghosh, uh, it was a very challenging character. It wasn't easy. It had different shades.
Indeed. Yeah.
It had shades which makes which requires you to be yourself, absolutely yourself in front of the camera. And that comes when you do have a lot of training in acting, when you can be yourself. But somehow, when a director is good and they know how to make you do things, I think it always falls in place. So
So, yeah, like when the Calendar Girls came out, a small section of people trolled the movie and all the actresses as well about the things that were shown in the movie. You know, the typical conservative ones. So,
correct.
how do you respond to those trolls, and do trolls play a part in hampering the performance of an actor at any moment?
Yeah, I'll be lying if it doesn't. If you read something negative coming our way, it definitely bogs you down. Even if you don't want to think about it, it's just that oh, somebody said that, and it's somewhere it pops up, and in your mind in a very effortless manner. So I think the first time when I got those kind of digital violence or digital trolling coming my way, I was a little naive, and I had a very different reaction. I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? Like the way you when you get good, you were like, oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah.
And if you get bad, you have the same feeling. Oh my god, why are they talking like this?
Why is it happening?
Um, yeah, but then you are around people who are very experienced at the time. So you, as you say, if you see something um, you know not so good happening, you always have people where you can call and get some guidance. So I got that guidance, I think, for the first time when I saw the negative the criticism coming our way. But I think I was very well trained to not even get affected. I mean, I knew what was happening. I see it is very clear. I knew what is right and what is wrong. I know if this shot is good and this shot could have gone better. So we all know that. So if somebody is trying really, really meticulously to put you down, then I think those people needs a complete ignorance. I mean, they don't deserve the attention.
Yeah, talking about the social media, like how big of a role does social media plays in shaping the career of an actor? Because we have seen that a lot of young actors have come up in the industry just because of their social media influence.
Correct. I mean, social media is everything at the moment. See, when movies was when we would go to theaters to watch movies, we would never ever we would have never thought that digital would do so much. Anybody wants to do their best from their comfort zones. So social media is something where you can access the world in your fingertips, and it will always work for the generation now and the generation ahead. So that's what is happening. The more better facilities we get, the more we will avail. And that is what is happening. If you understand Instagram, it is an addiction. If you understand Twitter, it'll be an addiction.
Even
if
YouTube
my
has now
mother, I
become
would
an
not
addiction.
expect. Correct. I mean, how would we expect our mom and dad to, get addicted to Facebook and Instagram, and they call you and talk about Facebook and Instagram, who never believed in having a mobile phone once upon in life. So, yeah, I mean, that is how it is. So everything there will gradually improve. I know it's about the growth. I mean, and social media is very, very important at the moment because you need to be alive. You need to show up. And you cannot be always soothing. You need to understand that this world needs to see what it needs to see, and for that you need to provide. If you don't provide, I don't think people will let you be, or I don't think it is a field where you can be quiet and achieve whatever you want to achieve. You need to show up, and that is the beauty of this industry.
Yeah. So, like, how do you define the life of an actor? In general, people think that it's only about glamour, parties, and stuff, but they don't, see things that are behind. So, what are your thoughts on this?
See, it's not only about party glamour and the beautiful women around you, or the beautiful or the good-looking men around you, or how you need to be always at your best. But it's all about how successful you are. It doesn't matter if you are a very good-looking person. If you cannot perform, they won't get back to you ever. So, and it is completely changing. Yes, the outer appearance is always very important in this field. How you behave, how you prove to be in front of the audience will always count. Having said that, you see how Sushant Singh Rajput is getting so much of respect. He never expected while he was leaving that this will happen when he's dead. So this is how it appeals to the audience in this field. It is not about you showing anything which is false to them. If you are good at your job, if you are good at your craft, and if you're a genuinely good person, this you get a lot of eyeballs, because in our industry it is in display. It is not a 24 or a 15 hours job where you are doing and nobody gets to know about it. It is something you need to display in front of the whole nation. So that is how it works. And glamour and the money and the fame that you're earning, it only comes if you are executing and giving your best craft. It doesn't come otherwise. So don't think that only if you stand as a beauty queen there and you would just get random calls from the best production houses. You might just get a call because of your appearance. Post that, you will understand how important it is to not only know your craft, to understand and feel each and everything that you're asked to do. And it will just grow you as a person. If you, and that will be a grooming of yourself without getting a grooming expert to tell you or a mentor to tell you how to behave, how to act, how to understand life. It is when you are forced and pushed to give your best in a field like this, which can make you grow in life.
Yeah, back in 2018, you decide you did a TED talk, and so how did that happen? From switching from coming to people and talking about your journey. So how did that TED talk happen?
So I got a call. I actually got a couple of calls from TED Talk from before that year of my TED Talk. I actually got call twice from the team of TED Talk, and they were really keen to know the journey, because they actually had a feeling that I do have a story to say. And so in one fine year, I thought I should go and talk to because it's a very prestigious platform to give out your story.
Yeah.
So I went in. I mean, I was delaying it a bit because I didn't know why. I don't have a very concrete thing to say. I mean, what would I say? What do I talk about in my life? I was feeling a little unsure about it. But there was a time when I felt that, okay, I need to say this, because it's gonna be very interesting to that modern young crowd who had no belief in themselves. If suppose I at the moment take you and cast you for a movie, you would be in denial. You will be like, hey, what am I supposed to do? But if I get the best out of you and you see yourself in the camera or in the theater, trust me, you will forget all that you do. You would always pursue this career. So that is how I wanted to motivate the young audience around me.
Yeah. How difficult is it for Bollywood stars, or you can say actors, to switch from one role to the other? Like, I've seen you in the Calendar Girls, and I saw your Instagram profile, and you're doing some movie in which you are playing a part of you are playing an IPS officer. So how difficult is to transit?
The transition happens only when you are transiting that character from what you are to that character, what you're asked to become. If you are not that, then you don't get the gate of it. I mean, there's a certain, as you say, if I don't understand how an IPS officer would stand or talk, or what is Meera Talwar. I play the character of Meera Talwar in my recent web series. So it's gonna release soon. If I don't understand how she is as a person, she won't be somebody who's going to be very mild mannered any which way. So you need to study the character before you take that script in hand. You firstly have to understand that I am Meera Talwar at the moment, and that is how I'm going to behave for the rest of my 3 months of my executing her on screen. So if you don't understand what she is, any which way an IPS officer won't be really sugar-coated or won't have the patience to behave in a very delicate manner to a lot of people, because their loads are high and they do a lot of hard work, and there is this constant complaints coming their way. There's huge responsibilities which they deal with. So that background work is very important, that even if she's sitting quiet in that table, she is constantly thinking about, okay, I need to do that, and okay, I have to go. So that restlessness, that sharpness which she might be having to qualify as an IPS officer is what you need to understand first. Then comes the acting. Then comes to memorize the lines. You don't need to memorize much. If you understand what you're talking, if you have the grip over the language, if you know what you're speaking, then you can say, you can, improvise your lines. That's not a big deal. But how it is important how you're bringing her as a character. So I always believe in that. So for me to change it, it just becomes very interesting. I mean, I really work on how they are as a person. So that's my 24-hour homework which I do. So that is
Okay, so which has been your most challenging role till now, apart from all those roles you have done?
I think challenging. There's this series which I did in Z5. It was a regional series, Pyar Se from Kolkata, which was a little challenging for me. I mean, there's this scene where I'm dying, and there's certain scenes, sometimes you just get frozen. There's this episodes happening. You understand that, okay, so there are the scenes where you know how to play the glamorous part of the scene, or if they ask you to be an actor or an IPS officer, you understand all that. But there's a certain time when you need to be having that emotional situation which a character goes through, and that becomes very challenging. There was a time when I was not feeling like crying, and there was this instruction from my director that you need to cry. I need to see you crying on screen. And I seriously, I was believing that I am her, but this is this emotional time when you don't cry, you don't have tears in your eyes, but then still you're broken and you just get frozen. So that was a little challenging for me, because I wanted to convey to my director that I just don't feel like she would cry after hearing this. I just feel that she'll be really shocked for some time. So there was this one situation which I had with the director where I wanted to say that she's really shocked. She would just not burst out crying. Knowing her while playing her, I know for sure that she will not howl or, pull her hair or, scream or do something, because she doesn't have that demeanor. She will be really shocked. And I think she needs more time before she breaks down. I was saying it, but then sometimes for an actor, the situations gets very complicated, because you're shooting in the road. You're shooting in front of, regular public, genuine public. That's a time when you need to listen to the director. So that gets challenging when you don't get to do what you do. And you have to really be so methodical that you have to bring it out at any cost. So that gets challenging for an actor.
Okay, to conclude, what will be your message to young people who are aspiring to come in Bollywood and do all the movies and stuff? So what will be your message to the people who look up to you as an inspiration?
Please, firstly, to have belief in yourself. I mean, it's not gonna be a very smooth ride for anything that you do in life. Firstly, you need to understand that. And even if you feel that, okay, so this is not for me, I cannot do this, I cannot deliver, I'm not getting picked as an actor, I'm not getting shortlisted, it should not bog you down. Trust me, if you keep sticking to something, you will reach where you want to reach. And just believe and have faith. Sometimes just let it be. Just don't chase it. Just do your work. It'll all come to you. Do not chase. Just do your part. And your part is very big. You cannot be saying that, oh, my part is so small, I can only dream, I can only do that. Your part is very big. Do your part and don't chase. It'll all come to you. That's my message to
Indeed,
everybody.
indeed. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for sharing your journey as well as giving motivation to the all the young people watching the show. Thank you so
It
much,
was
and we
lovely talking to you,
wish you all the best for
and
your
thank you
upcoming
so much for
projects.
having me.
Thank you. Thank you so
Sure.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Take care.
Take care.